I'm gonna show you some things, yeah, but we're gonna break it down like into like little micro lenses and stuff, yeah, so you can kind of like get it from step to step kind of thing, yeah. So you see, when Timbaland makes music, what he does, yeah, he makes sure that he's got these lights. Sometimes he's got a purple room, sometimes he's got a green light, because this is speaking to your higher brain, okay. And then when he's playing this music or creating this music, he's trying to create a vibe, okay. A vibe means is short for vibration, basically. So like these lights, yeah, this speaks to your heart consciousness, okay, or your heart chakra. That's what it speaks to. That's why this whole room is green, yeah, and he's sipping on something. Alcohol is also like especially things like gin or like vodka, yeah. It's basically alchemy. They use alchemical formulas to create alcohol. That's why it's called alcohol, which is alchemy whole. Okay, alchemical, which is it's like a chemical which was created by the Moors. The Moors they discovered ways of making alcohol through a fermentation of drinks and stuff like that. So you can actually make alcohol yourself in your house. You can take bananas or whatever fruits, yeah, and you ferment them, and they will create this drink which gives you it will get you drunk, but the thing is it speaks to like a spiritual side of yourself. This is why when you go to different religions and stuff like that, they use alcohol, which is like the main element in speaking to your unconscious brain, stuff like that. So you see he's sipping this, plus the room is green because he's trying to create a vibration to make this music. You see, listen to this. Then you're gonna hear what he says as well. And this is how you make your music connect with people, because you're using science, okay. So you have frequency from the music, and you got the chakra, which is the heart chakra, which is green represents the heart. So the music connects on a heart level. You feel me? And when you drinking as well, it also connects to your higher brain patterns, because you're speaking to. This is basically an altar, basically. That's what's going on. What people don't understand is they just think you go in the studio and you make music. No, you don't. You go in the studio, you make music, but you have to tap into your higher brain in order for you to do so. And he's going to tell you some shit about India as well. Let's see.
India. When I'm in London, I like really go to the record stores and buy all the Bollywood CDs.
And this is why it's important for you. If you're a musician, um you have to go and listen to different styles of music. Like that's what I do every day. I will just download as many discographies of different genres of music, like Indian music, music that's made in Denmark or whatever. This what you gotta do. You have to do this in order for you to kind of appreciate different elements of music. So by the time you go back to make your style of music, you take all these elements and incorporate it into your style. You see what I'm saying? This is what he's basically saying.
Try to get connect. The way they play on their scale is totally different from American scales.
And he's even telling you that music, Indian music is so advanced, yeah, as far as in like classically playing Indian music. They go to different scales that like Western or classical music don't really go to. Like the way they play their strings, it's on. When people say this is G sharp, this is F major, and whatever, they bend that shit into different 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 sounds and vibration, because they tapping into if you listen to Indian music, yeah, it's almost like you're listening to an angel singing, bro. That's how advanced the music is. So when I'm telling you that this music is advanced here, I'm not talking about yeah, you got an 808 and the shit is banging. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the scale of music, where it's tapping into and where it's going. It's like different elements. They're kind of pushing, and different brain patterns. They're taking your brain to places where you don't go, bro. So when it goes to F sharp and C major or whatever, your brain is going to a different frequency just by the way they play the instruments. Okay, they use There is an equation called the Fibonacci equation or Fibonacci ratio, okay, which is applied in photography, it's applied in music, it's also applied in mathematics and programming. When you program like different programs for websites and stuff like that, so it's like computer programming. That's basically what it is. They call it the Fibonacci code, okay. This is what a lot of people use in music to make your brain go to places where you don't go. Okay, this is why when I make music, sometimes I will use instruments, and I will build my own sound and program it to go to like different, like it's like you're bending the melodies and harmonies and stuff like behind it. There is like layers and layers and layers and layers of sound inside of it, and if you take a sound and you bend it, okay, or like pitch bend it, so it will be like it will be like what is it? It would just create a different vibration. Basically, that's like you're going into different dimensions of sounds. Okay, this is what we mean when we're talking about dimensions and planets. Like you're going to places musically or creatively. It's like you're painting a painting using sounds. Okay, this is what he's talking about. Listen to this guy.
See, I'm a demonstrate and show you.
So I want to go back to what you said.
To India, and when I'm in London, I like really go to the record stores.
Let's see if you can go back to.
So this track I was doing, I was working on. It feels. I love India. I love Indian food. I love the culture. So
And he's even talking about the food. Yeah, listen to what he's saying. This is the thing. Yeah? With the science. Yeah, you have to incorporate things like food because um when you cook food, you're you're tapping into spices and herbs. Okay, and these spices and herbs they tap into your brain and give you different dimensions of like creativity. Okay, and experiences and stuff like that. Even if you was today, if you was to start cooking food from like Saudi Arabia or Egyptian food or Indian food, whatever, the spice is gonna give you a totally different um dreams and thinking, and your thinking is gonna be different. This is why I tell niggas like you have to learn about spices, bro. Spices.
go overseas. I go like to India, and when I'm in London, I like really go to the record stores and buy all the Bollywood CDs and try to get cadet. The way they play on their scale is totally different from American scales. See, I'm a demonstrate and show you. See, like this string, you'll never find a string like this.
And you hear how this string is bending so much, yeah, and it almost sounds like it's going up because it's going up different scales, but it's bending while it's going to different scales because it's like bending light, bro. This is the vibration that these niggas be tapping into. That you don't get it. Like you play your string straight, and your string doesn't sound like this because it's not tuned to different frequencies, and it's not even playing scales that goes to those frequencies. Okay. And this is how he made Big Pimpin'. If you ever listen to Big Pimpin', he sampled an Indian song, yeah, from India, and when you hear the flutes and stuff like that, the way they were playing the flutes, yeah, it's that song changed hip hop music forever though. So I'm saying Go and listen to Big Pimpin' by Timbaland and Jay-Z. Okay, you change music forever. Okay, but it's just based on these different scales and stuff. Okay, so
What? The influence of spices.
and I told you, spices is the clue because spices they they speak to different elements of different dimensions and stars and shit like that. Cosmic shit. You feel me? Your brain has to be on cosmic shit. Your brain has to be on a celestial level. It has to be on haptic, acoustic level. Okay? This is where your brain is supposed to go, not just doing things regular. Your brain has to go somewhere it's never been in order for you to experience creativity on a higher level. So next time you call yourself an Olmec, you have to understand, yeah, what it takes to be an Olmec, what it takes to be an architect, or what it takes to be an ancient mind thinker. These niggas were cutting rocks with technology that's not even out, bro. They don't have that technology today because it was so advanced, yeah. It would take 100% of your brain to achieve it. It would take 100 billion neurons in your brain to achieve that style of music. Do you niggas have this science? No, you don't, bro. Why? Because you don't study. We study this shit. Every time I look at something, I'm not just looking at it. If I see something, I want to study the substance behind it. You don't have the substance. There's a difference between putting out a whole bunch of videos, talking shit, and actually breaking down the science behind the substance. We're taking it back to anti-matter, which is chaos, where everything was created from. Before God was created, there was chaos. Before God was even an inception, there was things like titans, titanic energy. Okay, and from the Titans came the Olympian gods, the Anunnakis, and from the Anunnakis and the Olympians came the Moors. The Moors are the ones that brought science and mathematics into this world. Okay, go and read about the Moors. The Moors were in Spain, Rome, America. This is why when you see all these black people in statues in America or in England, if you go to England right now, you go to different pubs or different castles, you're gonna see pictures of black Moors, okay, teaching science and mathematics, okay, because they created that shit, but they got that information from the Anunnakis. The Anunnakis took that shit from, um, they took it from the Titans. Before the Titans there were um, things like like dragons and stuff. That's where dragons came from, mermaids and shit, okay, because it started out as chaos, antimatter, which is a dark carbon 7 material, which is the same material which created galaxies and stars, the same material which created planets. Okay, this is why when you look through a microscope, there is things that you don't even know exist. Like there's parasites inside of your body that you can't see with your naked eyes, but a microscope can see that. There is planets which you can't see with your naked eyes, but if you look through a telescope, you will see them. There's stars, asteroids, lightning. What is lightning? Lightning is an element. Okay. This is why you have to go and study the periodic table to understand how specific elements are created. If you take one element and you mix with another element, it creates something, a combustion of something. Okay? It's the same shit with energy. Everything is all energy. Rocks, even rocks have an energy to them. Every single rock has a vibration to it. Even an insect has a vibration. Okay? A rock, can you believe that a rock is actually a living thing? You don't study science, bro. This is all I'm showing you niggas. You niggas, you're okay with having titles of saying you're old Merc or you used to be this, but do you understand the substance behind those things? No, you don't, because you've never studied this shit. We study this. Difference though. Okay, every time I speak about this, it's a big difference between a nigga telling you used to be a native Indian and somebody like me telling you to be that being. You must understand that all these elements have to be created through this substance. You gotta go back to the origin of shit. You gotta go to the etymology to understand the evolution of words and terms and how we using these words interchangeably in this context though. This is a different context we're living in. Right now, we're living in the 21st century where the metal industry come through, the coal industry came through, the wars came through. And every time these things come, these periods come, it influences how we look at things. Contextually though. Okay? Elements. Study the elements. Study spices, bro. Feel me? It's just a little thing I had to show you because I don't think a lot of black people know this. You don't know that this is what's going on. As far as in like you just make stuff and you don't know what you're doing. But if you learn and understand the substance, you will have a better chance of like creating something which will make an impact into the world. Forget the views, bro. Forget the subscribers and whatever. Is what you're making putting a spark, a soul spark, into somebody to influence them to make the best version of themselves? That's what we're doing. We're not doing this shit just so niggas can subscribe and say, yo, look at me, I'm doing well. You're not doing well, bro. Okay? We got thousands of subscribers, bro. You don't see me bragging about thousands. You bragging about 1,000 subscribers. Are you crazy, bro? You niggas are silly. Okay? I got thousands and thousands of my. Oh, if you go on my music channel, you will see, bro. Like people follow me because I make music which touches their hearts. It's different. Okay? We study this shit. Big difference, though. Okay? Just a big difference.